here it is. Ba-boom. There's the other one. Little Monet kind of here. This area I had big cracks and stuff because this wall is falling over and all that. Take these three out, raise that up a little bit. Put a shim in there.
We're starting here, starting right now. 1, 2, 3. We breathe it in. We feel our hearts, they're pounding. Rising up to feel the fire dance wild through our veins. We take a chance and know we'll never be the same. Giving it all we got, giving it all. Giving it all we got. Oh, climbing up to the top of the world. No fear, we're gonna make it. Everything we want is ours. Whoa.
Hey, good morning, guys. How you doing? How you doing? Craig here on the Tide Farm. Want to see some birds? Check it out. Yeah, that's actually pretty cool. It's one of my favorite flowering, or not flowering plants. I guess it's a flower of sorts because it's you know, it's got a little bird, little green bird in there between the leaves. Hence the short name of Nokia, or green bird. Or bird green, actually, if I'm doing a translation. But yeah, man, pretty cool, fascinating, just fascinating marvels of nature here on the farm, where it's early in the morning and it is post-apocalyptic rain from last night. But and if you're following my lily, remember it was here, right? Now it's gotten even more, and even though they bunched up, they're starting to spread out. And here I am right in the middle of the pier now, and it's already encroached all the way over here, and the backside you probably can't see it from here, but indeed, and you got another one spawning right here. So boom, 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 boom. I don't know, man, at this rate I'm estimating that we should have max capacity in maybe as little as 2 months, which would be pretty cool. Oh yeah, and if you're following my last video and stuff, you saw how I did my redo on my stained glass with acrylic. And there's the other one, little Monet kind of watering going on there with the lottie stones. Pretty cool, huh? I like it. I like it a lot. And indeed, if you watched me on the dry pour, actually that day of the video, even though I ended the video, I finished another bag, so I finished 3 more rows. But it started to rain and I was like, oh, it's back-breaking work, so I waited for the last 2, and I have completed the whole thing. It's been dry for a day now. I think this is the 2nd day. But anyway, here it is. Ba-boom! Woo! So I got a nice little patio. It's not totally dry. You can see some of the lines are wet lines, and this part right here in the middle. So because I waited to do this section, the transition between those two was kind of like giving me a hard time. You know, it wasn't like I didn't have it smooth enough because, you know, the sand is coarse sand, and I didn't want to put just cement because then it would just pop up and flake off or whatever. So I tried to do it, and then later I came back, I put some more cement on the top and stuff. So the seam is kind of buggered up in the middle here, but I ain't too worried about it because one, it looks fine. I finished it. Let me see if I can do that. Yeah. And so if you remember, I was mixing all of my stuff in here, right? Mixing the sand and cement in here, and I still had some left over. So as a matter of fact, I have a whole bag of cement left over, which I didn't plan on. But anyway, but I spread that out, and now I made this. Actually, if you know this area, it had big cracks and stuff because this wall is falling over and all that. Anyway, I filled that in with a dry pour, and for now it's still discolored because of the, you know, it's not quite dry, but it looks like it's going to be all right. The floor, I'm going to actually wind up, I believe I'm going to wind up chipping out that wall. This is higher than this, but I'm going to take out that wall to level the step a little bit more, so when I put the doorway or whatever in here. And yeah, like I said, I got a whole other bag. So I think, you know, in my grand scheme of things, as I move more towards ideas about, you know, enclosing this, building something out of this, making this, you know, making it a room. Again, this wall is true and balanced, intact, level. So is this wall, and this wall is right here. But then you see this crack. I tried to repair this crack by just filling it in, you know, and waterproofing it. But that distance between the crack here is occurred because this portion of the wall went down. So it's down about, you know, that far, right? Like less than an inch. But that's not level because that, like I say, it cracked down. And actually further cracked. This is a smaller crack, but it went down too. But the wall itself is pretty stable. But I think what's happening is it's being pulled down. That's why it's cracking. So if I release the stress, it probably won't crack anymore. And one of the biggest stress points is this wall. So this whole wall, you can see here, look at that. Yeah. So that whole wall got to come out, man. I think if that wall comes out, it saves the whole thing. Because the column is down in there pretty good. It's true. All 4 columns, or actually 6 columns, are true and sunk. But this wall, you know, I can't straighten it back up. The bricks are in good shape. Sad to see it go, but I gotta demolish this and take the wall out. As a matter of fact, I kicked this from the inside just to see, and sure enough, I got some instability there. This was done, I think, to further anchor this or something. We may, you know, by I think my mother-in-law's previous companion. But you can see I tried to fill that in too. I didn't want it to. Well, that was when I tried to fill it up enough to where I was going to put water in there and make that my, you know, my Krabby Shack kind of pen. But now I'm thinking, you know what, I can probably make that into a cool little place. Because actually this morning even I came out here and I was chilling out here, just sitting down out here, and oh man, what a lovely experience. So yeah, I think I'm better suited to do that. And maybe even all this sinking is also part of this. You know, it could be that this is been heavy enough to where maybe it was put on when this wasn't dry enough that it started to sink this side, and so that's what happened. So I'll rip this wall out for starters, and I think that'll ease up, and cut this, of course, ease up on the stress of this wall, and who knows, it may even have less of a down after I do that. Maybe it'll, you know, ease up even a little bit. But yeah, and then I can look at you know, I'll just put a new wall here. You know, maybe if I can chip out all the mortar, I can still use some of these bricks. That'd be ideal. It's a lot of work doing that though. If you've ever reused bricks, you know, especially like clay, red bricks and stuff. You know how you're trying to chip off the mortar with a hammer claw. Oh my god. But anyway, that wall's got to come out, which means that this has got to come out too. I'm not sure what was put on the inside of there. It's probably filled with sand, unless it's just pure hollow. I know that the bottom is that this has a bottom to it, so that's probably pure hollow in there. Anyway, all that's got to come out. These rings are the longer ones. We see them usually about this deep, but these are the longer ones, and it's got a nice seam here. So when this was made, it's a real smooth seam. Seam is smooth on the inside too, but I'm gonna have to hammer blow that, pow, 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 break it out, and I'm not sure if I can do the ring without breaking it, like getting it off, because the bigger ones like this, oh my god, that's so heavy. If you remember my water project that when I made the tanks in there, dude, I lifted these are bigger, but, or no, maybe they're not bigger, or no, they're bigger. I lifted them one by one on top of each other, 4 high, 5 high, 1, 2, yeah, maybe even 5 high. Oh my god, talk about a full overhead press. And those are the smaller ones, and I barely made it. And that was that was 2 years, 8 months ago. So by now I've already physically decayed, so I can't be doing that. So I might wind up bringing this and then teetering it over, and it'll come crashing down on my newly formed drive port here, and probably break that, you know. But in the end of the day, I'm going to fill this floor up again when I put a new wall and stuff and make everything nice. I'm going to dry pour it in here again too. I've decided that, you know what, I'm going to dry pour on top of this and make it a floor, you know. And maybe even later it'll be tiled, you know, unless I learn how to do that. You know, you polish it and make it like what do they call it? I don't know, where it's dark gray and light gray, you know, it's got the mosaic kind of in there. I can probably do something like that, but I want it to be smooth, so I gotta make sure I know how to do that really good. I've done it before on a few things, but you know, doing a whole floor, it's kind of different. But anyway, yeah, I gotta tear all that out. So I already got a crap pile starting over here from the cement leftovers from this thing, and I did remove the forms, and it's kind of smooth over here. It's still got some of that drywall left right there. I ain't too worried about that. I'm gonna wind up putting wood, I think, again, a wood facade here, something, maybe even a wood, I don't know. I thought of originally having a wood like counter right here, you know, so you could sit and look at that. But then this morning when I was sitting down here at ground level like this, right, I'm sitting down here at ground level, this just feels more comfortable. So maybe I'll actually put the wood counter like right here, so you can actually sit here on the mats or whatever. I am kind of a mat guy. Sit here on the mats, and then just, you know, you can put your food or eat or whatever, sit right there. So it's like a low level. That way you also still capture the whole view. You know, you're not obstructed from a you know, bar right down the middle or whatever. Yeah, does that sound cool? Does that look cool? Yeah. But anyway, yeah, man. Got her done. Wasn't all that easy. The fish over here, they see me over here, these guys. I don't know if you can see them. The gold ones. We're sucking up to friendliness. Yeah, they see me. They're like, they see my hand going, hey, he's throwing something. No. But yeah, cool, man. So I still have to, you know, I I'm teetering on the actual roof design for this, to redesign, because even if I decided not to do a total rehab on this, I do need to totally rehab the roof, because hello, you got a few problems over there. So here, the idea is that, okay, these are welded to here, which is in the post. So I'm gonna have to cut here to release this, to free this beam up. And you know, it's on a slope, right? And this is the way the slope was created. So I'm gonna cut the weld in here. This one's short, but I'm gonna wind up cutting here to free this one from these two, and then again, you know, up here to free this. So, and then of course down here again, because I want to remove this so that this piece can come down flat, which, by the way, how tall? That's like almost my height, right? So I can't have the beam going across there, but I want it to be, you know, it's going to be level anyway. So the idea is that I have this beam, you know, flat, parallel on all the tops, along with this one. And I already measured the height. This is the same as that, so we'll be all right here, I think. And then I'll use this existing metal. The idea again is, you know, I'm trying to recycle, reuse, right? I don't want to have to try and buy too much more or nothing. It just doesn't make, you know, sense to do that if you have this. So I have these metal bars on the outside, very long here, very long here. I'm gonna need one of them because that's gonna be the middle of a A-frame, right? So if I make the tall A-frame, I'm gonna use one of those to go down the middle, and then I'm just gonna try and use these to go from like right in this junction as a support already, backed up against there, and make it go as, you know, as high as as high as I can, given the length of this, like that. I originally thought of taking this you know, this single piece and just measuring it right down the middle, right, cutting it down the middle, and then raising it up to where this end is in here. So now if you look at that, that's about, I don't know, close to 2 feet. That will be here. So that means there would be a 2-foot rise on here if I'm doing that right. So that means that the A-frame would be more of like this, more of a gentle A-frame. But my idea was, I like high ceilings, right? So I wanted to go more like that, or yeah, more like that. And in order to do that, I would need more length on the metal, which means I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those pieces, and then I have 1, 2, 3, 4 long ones. So and of course I'm thinking through this while you're with me, right? So the one long one will be reserved for the middle part of the roof, and then so then these other ones I might be able to cut them. So if I have 5 and then I need at least 3 more, that would be 8. I could make 4 on each side, 4 like that, and then on the side, on the long supports where I need those, I'll probably have to buy those. So, and those are the ones I'll use to, you know, to fix the roofing material, whatever that is. And yeah, comes together in my mind, in my mind's eye. But before I cut it, before I get into all that cutting up my damn roof and all that, I think first order of the day is to demolish this wall. I'm not gonna do that right now. It's early. I'm not in the demolition mode. And I also need to cut. I'm gonna wind up cutting the bigger stump, bigger branches off of this tree. I need to open up this area. I probably need to get up there and cut that up a couple too. I don't want too many of these things falling on the roof. And when I'm working with the roof, that needs to be out of my way. Same with this one. I need to cut this back more. I'm gonna chop this and cut that one off. I can go this way, no problem. I'm gonna cut that off. I think it's all right up there. A couple jobs for my electric chainsaw. Well, this morning, before that sun, looks like it's trying to come out. I'm hoping it'll stay behind the clouds. You can see it up there. Trying really hard to get to me. So my front gate is giving me a little bit of a headache. It wasn't closing, and I went out there. My wife said it didn't close, and so I went out there, and it was off the track. And I thought, well, why did it go off the track? Because, you know, it shouldn't go off the track. And so I did check it out kind of already, but now I'm going to do one more final test that I found out how to do by watching YouTube. And the reason that it jumped off the track, or, you know, went past the point of, or limit, is because of the magnet. You know, I have it set on I have magnet bars that make it stop. They have you can have magnet, or you can have this little arm that sticks out where it hits the arm or whatever, which in hindsight, that one is probably more functionally reliable, because on the motor side there's a back plate. It's called the limit switch, and when the magnet passes in front of that limit switch, like on the bottom, it stops it. And you know, when the other one on the other end of the gate passes, you know, on the top, whatever, it starts it. So my theory right now is that the limit switch has gone bad, and I can test it by taking off the magnet and taking off the limit switch. It's on a wire and it's all part of the thing, but I can remove the limit switch while it's still connected to the wire and just kind of move it away from the main unit, because in the video it was saying that sometimes you get the motor interference with the limit switch or whatever, so that you just kind of move it away and then pass the magnet in front of it, try it again. You know, if the magnet's still not stopping it, then yeah, it's your limit switch. And fair enough, what I saw was that on the video, or not on the video, but on Lazada, oddly enough, I should say, yeah, they sell limit switches. Like, of all the parts in these electric gate openers, I couldn't really find many parts at all except for the limit switch. So that told me that these things probably go bad. Right now I got this is the manual version, so you just unkey it, and then now I can open and close it. The magnet is here. I can take that off. Wow, that was too easy. I need to screw that back on. Because I originally thought it was like maybe the magnet was not close enough to it, and I actually moved the magnet closer and stuff, but it still wasn't working. I was like, So figure, you know, I gotta come out and take. And all these gate things are pretty much the same. And it's funny too, because when I was looking at troubleshooting it, you know, trying to find out how to do it, the whoa. Anyway, when I was troubleshooting it, looking at how to fix it, I saw, you know, I had all these guys, gate guys or whatever in America, and they all had, a lot of them, like, you know, their own name companies, but wait, where the hell did that go? Shit. Their own name companies, but they were using this BSM version of the gate controller. And of course, needless to say, they probably charged a fortune. This thing was like $100 on Lazada. You can probably even get less than that on some days. But in America, it's like $500 or something. That's pretty basic. It just has this one pod here with the you know, basically a PC board in there. This extra board here is for add-on sensor. Oh. But I'm gonna push this back. So yeah, this is the, go in here. This is the limit switch, and I guess it's alright like that. But I should be able to just, again, I should be able to, oh, I should probably unplug or turn the breaker off. I don't want to get electrocuted. And how can the limit switch go bad? Well, I don't know. I imagine because you have a lot of you know, high heat maybe, or we haven't really had high heat right now, but see, so it's got the line, so I can put it out here and test it. Let me close that. Alright. Oh my gosh. So for all intentional purposes, I should be able to move this. Oh, see, it does work like that, right? So let me turn this. With my remote. Because the gate works, but it's the stop that doesn't work. So, and here, this one should be stopping it. So let me see. Yeah, you see, that didn't stop it at all. So yeah, it should have stopped it somewhere on there, but it didn't. So it's probably this switch, and it's just simple. It just, you know, I'll pop this off actually, and then I'll just replace this. Can't really tell where it might be burned out or whatever, but once I replace it, I'll have a better look at what's wrong with it. Yeah. Anyway. That basically means that, you know, I ordered that on Mazada. I ordered it already actually, because I figured it was a limit switch and it was only 200 baht. So I ordered a new limit switch and it's from Bangkok, so I should have it here in the next day or two. In the meantime, if I can still use the automatic gate, but what I have to do is I have to catch it. I have to be up here. I can't like be, you know, driving down there. I can come up here with my truck if it's raining. I can still open it, right? And then I just have to watch it. So before it gets to that back magnet that's not working, well, the magnet is, but before it hits this back switch, I'll watch it and then I'll say okay, and I'll stop it so it doesn't go off the rail, because the gate's closed. That's far enough. And then the same when I open it. I just have to, like, so when I come back and I need to open the gate, you know, especially if it's raining or whatever, I just watch it. And then before it hits this last portion where I had the magnet, I'm gonna leave that off of there, you know, but before it hits there, or before it goes off the rail. Let's see. Oh. There you go. Before it goes off the rail, I'll close it. Or I mean, I'll leave it that far open. So yeah. My wife would, I don't know if she's gonna be able to do that, so she prefer to just, you know, leave the manual part open and then pull the gate closed and push it open until I fix it, which is fine. She can do that. But if if it's pouring rain, man, I ain't getting out of the truck. But yeah, it'd be fine like that. And my neighbor, if you remember, just the other, whatever, last week or something like, last week or something like that he collected all his rice, tilled it all in, and wound up planting the new rice. And look at that, it's all green already. Rice is already, the new rice already this big. So he harvested that rice, and then he planted new rice. It's growing and stuff, and that was, I don't know, that was less than 10 days, I'd imagine, between the two. We, on the other hand, have left ours after it just got tilled, and now you still have hyacinth growing back up here. So I was talking about which, I don't know, probably go out after this grows real good, go out and collect all that stuff. You know, maybe give it to one of the aunties or trade it for another plant or whatever. And yeah, and ours, you know, they're not real big on us, so we're gonna leave this here, let it dry up, leave it for like a couple of months. You know, it saves, in some regard, it saves the soil. That saves the health of the soil when it takes a break, yeah. But you know, we don't need the, you know, the money, so to speak. So some of these other farmers, they gotta have a quick turnaround, man. Get out of here, you fucking bird. God dang it. That bird was sitting on the lilies. He was sitting right there with his big old legs. Probably waiting to nail the fish. God dang it. Put my tools back here. Yeah, and that's another thing. My shop is in total disarray. Using stuff, not putting it back. Uh-oh. Shit. I had my extra battery with me. Which means that when I was sitting down up there by the gate, it fell out of my pocket. So I go back up there and get that. Whew. All right, man. Well, oh, I knew what I was gonna do today. Yeah, I'm gonna make that, finish that small wood platform that I want to put over there. That's my project for today. I took a break yesterday. I didn't really work because I was letting that cement dry and all that. Although I think I did something. Oh, I replaced the light underneath the house there. The ballast burned out on that light, so I removed all that because I'm not using those ballast lights anymore. I got one of these regular LED, just plug the wire in, and then it works. So I swapped it out for that, and then I tried to work out the gate a little bit. That's all I did yesterday. Because I was wretched from the cement. But anyway, yeah, let me get on that. All right, I'll get back at it and get back at you. Well, what do you think, man? Ta-da! Another little dock. But there's the task of this and being secure in the end here, because I'm either gonna hammer metal. I'll probably hammer metal down there and secure this to it, or maybe I'll drill a bigger hole and put the metal right through there, pound that in there and secure that. And then I'll also secure this to this, just because it's already been in the water for a while, so I might as well keep that there and keep that there. Give it some just added support. But yeah, at least it's level. The first time you saw that, I had to take it out and redo it because I didn't account for the 2x underneath that was set on top. I just looked at the level spot. So I had to drop it by that 2 inch or whatever, or 1 inch or whatever. But it's all right, it's level now. I can oh my god, sit on it. My feet touch the water, but I can fish from here, put stuff down here. My wife can hang stuff on here, up here, maybe a couple flags or lights. I'll put lights here. Anyway, yeah, so just gotta secure the back here. That would be a good idea, because I feel, you saw me pushing it, it's still a little bit soft down there, but when water leaves or whatever, start to harden more, and once it sits in there, it'll be all right. It might be just a tad uphill, so again, I'm just accounting for I can account for it sinking farther because I have this much room, so I can just, if I have to, I'll just take these screws out and let this thing raise up, right? But I don't think it's really going to sink too much. We're not putting real heavy stuff on there. I might be able to pull the boat up here and get out of the boat on top of this, I don't know. But actually, you know what, maybe I should use bamboo. I'll cut some bamboo spears and hammer those down in here, and then connect hammer the bamboo to this wood. Nah, I think I'm gonna use metal. I gotta cut a hole in this, drill a hole in, in this wood here, so I can sink that metal down in there. I don't think I have bar, but I can get a couple pieces of metal bar probably. Well, I found some metal tubing actually, and I flattened the end and bent it over, and I'm gonna screw right through that into the top of this wood. I think that'll work, man. I think it'll be pretty secure. If I can get it all the way down in there. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure that'll do it. That'll hold it good. And hell, in about a week or so, that'll be all covered up with dirt and weeds from whatever's happening with Mother Nature. So there you go, buddy. Yep. Feels pretty stable and able to handle people. Whoa. All right, man. Well, let me get back at it and I'll get back at you. Hey, he must be working. Well, that was pretty cool, huh? I think I like it. I like it a lot. But one of the other things, of course I'm winding down right now. For some reason, I don't know if it was from the pond or what, but my right knee is a little bit displaced. Making me walk funny. I still got another pile here, another pile over there that I can do something with. But one of the things I noticed when I was looking at doing some work over here was, remember I put that bar counter one up there, right? Well, as I eye it, it's not level. I mean, you know, a little bit. Oh, I shouldn't have to worry about it. But whoosh. Up here, when I put the level on it, I think it leveled, but that might be because the wood is like that. So what I have to do here is I think I don't want to take that out, because if I take that out and raise it up, then there's nothing under there. I got to put a shim in there or something. It needs to go up on this side, I suppose. I could take those out and raise it up, but then the middle, it's not that gravely uneven, but it's checking. It's uneven enough that I can see it. I guess the real way is to put a glass of liquid up there. See if it ain't. Oh, yeah. But either way, I probably will have to shim up the middle. Actually, the middle, you see what I did was I bolted it in here and to that beam, and then it's not quite to the top. So if I did it right, I'll probably take this out and take these three out, raise that up a little bit, put a shim in there, and then over there too, make it level. The, you know, perfectionist that I am. All in a day's work, and it's not even, I think it's about 10 o'clock. I was out pretty early. So, well, we'll save that one for the next video. All right, man. Well, hey, hope you enjoyed all that. Let me know what you think of my newly paved dry pour and my new little fishing dock out there. I don't know what I'm gonna call that one. I don't want to say mini, but yeah, it's real nice. All right, man. Thanks for watching, and keep watching, and I get back at you.